Hello everyone, if you're here, let me say, I am here. I am here. Yes, okay, thank you for being here. You're feeling good, let me say, Very nice. I want to thank Angela and the Brampton Board of Trade for having me here. If you want to follow me, get through to fusebrampton.ca, okay? And we'll keep the conversation going there. Just so you know, as Angela was saying, feel free to snap, okay? In the spoken word in the poetry community, the way we show connection, anytime someone takes the words out of our mouths or we hear something in a way we never thought of before, we snap. Or if you just want to, show some encouragement or some support for whatever I do up here, in the meantime, feel free to snap as well. Just by round of snaps, how many of you here ever wanted to change something about your life to make it better? Okay. When I was younger, I wanted to change everything about myself. My hair didn't look like anyone else's at my school. My skin color, I definitely didn't look like anyone else in my school for sure. My city even. I wanted my teeth to be straighter. I wanted to be taller. I wanted to be smarter. I wanted to be prettier. I wanted to be everything I wasn't basically. But the thing I wanted to change the most was the relationship I had with my family. See, in my home, my parents were always fighting. And it got very frustrating at times, and it kind of became this sort of thing where I began to believe that I was everything they said that I was. All those mean names they would call me, all the nasty words they would say to each other. I began to believe that I was stupid, that I was worthless, or that I couldn't do anything right. And so poetry for me has become a way of breath. For me, it's become a way of life. And I think what this gentleman, your name again, sorry? Phil, what Phil was saying earlier today about sharing personal experiences and being real and telling our truth, I think that this will help to create a more positive and constructive society. Just earlier today, and I'm sorry for my tardiness, I'm actually rolling in from Halliburton. I spent the past week up there with young people, 300 youth, who are involved in an arts camp. They got to get out of school for a week to do art, okay? Like, that's ridiculous. I wish I had that when I was in school. What? Skip school for art? Okay, yeah, I totally would have done that. And one of the conversations we were having in one of my workshops, as I was doing spoken word workshops up there, we had to talk about, I asked them a question, I said, would any of you feel comfortable going to the movies or going to dinner alone? And they had their hims and haws about it. Oh no, I couldn't do that. I need company, like I need to feel someone's presence there, and I need to feel comfortable about it. And a young person actually said, this came from the mouth of a young person. I was just so astonished and amazed. He said, being alone is being okay with being by yourself. It's a physical thing. It's a matter of physicality. But feeling lonely is craving comfortable human interaction. And I wish I had known that when I was younger. I wish I had that kind of mentality when I was younger, because maybe when I was younger and I was feeling alone and both lonely in my time being at school, regardless of how energetic and involved I was in school, maybe I wouldn't have felt like, this loneliness I was feeling was wrong. I thought that something was wrong with me. I thought that things could never be right. I wish I had known when I was younger that no feeling is fine. That with pain comes pleasure. That with joy and happiness and bliss also comes destruction. Also comes darkness. But that these feelings, these emotions, and these thoughts even, they come and they go just as the same way as our breath does. And if we can connect to our breath, and we can connect to the moment, and we can be here, be where we are, instead of being somewhere else all the time, I think that we ourselves can help to liberate others. For me, changing my life and changing the world around me has been about looking at myself, looking within, and seeing what it is I can do to challenge myself to grow and break out of myself so that I can be a better person. So with this piece I want to share with you right now, it was inspired by the many youth I've been able to meet in my travels over the past 5 years of living in Toronto, but then also being able to travel all across the country and talk to young people and listen to their stories and for them to also listen to my stories through my art, through the art form of poetry. There's something about the sound of a raised voice and a door slamming at 2 a.m. that makes me want to change the world. Maybe it's the fact that I can't sleep through it, but I get up to go to school the next day. Or maybe it's the multiple black and blue bruises I see decorating my mother's neck and face. Everybody always say if something bad happens, don't think twice, just call the cops. So I call the cops, but maybe when the moody blue lights started to surround my house, I should have reconsidered my thoughts, because who would have known they'd take my mother away? Who would have known a week later I'd have to lie to Children's Aid? Who would have known it wouldn't be the last time my parents make me take the blame? I'd have to sit there and say, oh, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I misunderstood the whole thing. You see, I never saw him hit my mom this time. I just thought it might escalate. You know how embarrassing that is? I'll be real with you. Every other time I turn on the TV, I show up fashionably late to yesterday's news, because never have I ever been the kind of girl to relate to things like poverty or political issues. But when I learned that women make up 2/3 of the world who can't read or write, I believe I'm one of them, because my head hurts way too much to understand my homework. I come up with excuse after excuse of why there's a scar above my eye. Hey, maybe I've been damaged by all I've seen, or maybe my mom told me not to mention how she didn't mean to hit me across the face with a spatula when she got mad at my father for leaving her with 2 kids, a stack of unpaid rent bills, and only $128 in their joint bank account, till he drank that too. See, it's clear I come from a place that hurts, that I never want to return to. I can't stand the smell of my mom's salty wet face whenever she stumbles into another room, or the sound that it makes every time my dad slams another door behind him. So I speak. I spit the truth out like verbal graffiti and paint the town red with the black and blue of my identity, so you can see who I really am. And I'm not the only one. No matter what you've been told, you deserve to be heard, and nothing spreads faster than a mouthful of words. They just got this funny way of destroying you from the inside out. If only you just let them sit in the back of your mouth. So speak, even if you're too afraid. Speak, even if your voice shakes. Speak, say something, so the sound of that raised voice at 2 a.m. is you. You. Changing the world. Thank you. So, really amazing things have happened since discovering this art form that I have somewhat of an ability in. Also on that note, I think if you have an ability, whether it be getting up and walking, or painting, or cooking, or babysitting your neighbor's kids, if you have any ability, I think you have more than what a lot of people in this world have. And I think it's important for us to focus on our abilities, focus on what we do have, and pay less attention to the rest of the sentence. Since discovering the world of spoken word and poetry, a lot of great things have happened. I've been able to travel a lot, collaborate, and meet amazing people and artists. And the most significant thing that has happened through this world of expression is that I have been able to create a better relationship with both my mom and dad. Things are a lot different now. With poetry and with taking time to write, I've identified the fact that I have a really hard time expressing myself. No wonder why my mom and dad were always fighting all the time. They didn't have the right tools. They didn't have the right skills. I like to think of it as like we all have this starting line, right? But some of us start way back here. You know, when you're at a marathon, you're like, oh man, why can't I start at the starting line? Yo, I'm just getting to the starting line now, I feel, in my life. So, if you have an ability, pay attention to it, focus on it, and then see how you can help those around you also discover their abilities, also to use them. This next and last piece I want to share with you is for those of you who are thinking about whatever interests you have, but you're just not really taking full advantage of these inklings. I'd like to challenge you to challenge yourself to explore and be open to opportunities to grow. Be open to opportunities to learn more about yourself. For me, I've learned that when I learn something about myself, I get in a little bit more confidence. And with confidence, as we all know, we can, face struggles and obstacles with a little more backbone in our pocket. This world is a do-it-yourself obstacle course. And of course, I am my own problem. I create doom, and I am doomed before I even enter the room of my ungodliness and ungodliness. Craving something I never had before, working up an appetite. Got one hand in my pocket of insecurities while the other hand reaches in for something out of sight, and I might just be my biggest bully. I scare myself, man. Sometimes I get so comfortable conjuring up the obstacles, I fear how great I am. Maybe some of you have seen this before. It's alright, I think the last time I got to the spot, I started talking to myself a lot. Well, we both got to laugh, you see. We were just sitting there kicking it, staring off into space. Yeah, we were just waiting for something to happen. Finally, I got this urge to get up and run, go chase the sun down below the horizon. I got this hunch. My dreams are somewhere down there hiding before I can come to the conclusion of what it is I really want. There I go again. I'm gone. Spaced out, man. So far gone, you could call me Judy Jetson. I know. I'm like totally intergalactic. No knocks, I'm not disturbed. I'm just easily distracted. This camera's like really driving me nuts. Plus, I have this affinity for awkwardness. Guess that's what makes falling from grace look so attractive. I'm so attracted to the potential me. I got dreams. Yeah, I got dreams. Woo! I got dreams. I got dreams bigger than the dreams I've already seen come true. And still, I doubt my own ability to push and pull myself through. You've seen this before. I've been recognizing lately that I'm real sensitive. Yeah, I'm really sensitive. Sensitive to touch. So I got another hunch that maybe for somebody in this room, I could be that something to hold on to, but I hold on to chains and swing into bad moods. Oh, I'm the laziest person I know. The laziest. And I've made mountains move. Mountains move. Yeah, I've made mountains move. What makes you think I can't move you? What makes you think I can't remove you? I got dreams where I discover that the best part of me is bringing out the excellence in you, but I let myself get conflicted. Yeah, I let myself get confused by all the things I make myself believe or whatever actually happens to be true. I told you. You've seen this before. I believe that we can convince ourselves of anything. Yeah. convince ourselves there's nothing we can't convince ourselves of. We can convince ourselves of anything. Oh, y'all saw this before? This world is a do-it-yourself obstacle course. And of course, you are the master. Yes, you are the master. You can make this moment work for you. It can be your own natural disaster. So come on, pick it up. Pitter patter, let's get mad. Come on, get with it. I dare you to fail. Don't just sit there, staring off into space, waiting for your life to self-prevail. Yes, I dare you to fail. You all know why? Because it won't always be this easy. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Britta, aka Britta B. Yeah, you know me. Thank you so much for having me here today, Brampton, and wherever else you're coming from. And I hope you all have a safe journey back home. Woo!